Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Long time no see. I'm George, the new graduate assistant. We're bringing you some GLEC League of Legends today, which is awesome. It means I won't be joined by Blake. I'll actually be by myself, so bear with me here. But we've got a GLEC match. It's week one. We're getting back into it. Valparaiso University versus Manchester. Expected start time of 7 p.m. I'd assume that's when the draft starts. You'll have to bear with me here because my keyboard and mouse are very far apart from each other here. But I'm waiting for the draft link. When we when we get that and I can stop like rolling back and forth, we'll get into it. But first, I wanted to say it's awesome to be here. Great to be able to get the first actual game stream of the year going for you. Uh, oh no, my alarm's going off. That was to make sure I was ready to go. So, a small update here. Smash did have their first game today against Baldwin Wallace. Unfortunately, fell 2-0. Very close in both sets. Just couldn't get the job done. First game without Coach Jim, who's been a long time Smash coach here at Valpo. So some hiccups were expected. A lot of people graduating or transferring out. So kind of a new team, a new core trying to get built, but lots of potential from what I saw there. So Valorant, unfortunately, Baldwin Wallace was our opponent there too for the fall for week one, but they had to drop out due to roster issues. So no Valorant in week one or week two. Our week two match, funny enough, also dropped out. So we will be without Valorant for a little bit, but hopefully we'll get some Smash on the Valpo Esports channel next week, along with more League of Legends for you. But with that being said, I am going to take us to the League of Legends roster. You saw it on Beacon Breakdown, but we're going to take another look at it here. And, you know, it is some familiar faces. If you've been around Valpo Esports, we've got The Law in top lane, Super Bear in the jungle, Jakimbo in the mid lane, Diadem, Blake in the bot lane, playing ADC alongside Giovanna as a support. If you're a Valpo Esports fan, these are all familiar faces. Like, not a soul here is new. It's great to have a team coming back. Coach Chase coaching yet again another season here with Valpo Esports League of Legends team, which is going to be awesome. So plenty of synergy. Looking to start off tonight with a win. Great core. I'd say player to watch. I'm just gonna have to go with Blake Diadem, the ADC, just because my co-caster for Beacon Breakdown. You know, we've already got that back and forth going. Respects the white monster, which, I mean, what more could you ask for? So I am just waiting for the draft to get posted. Hopefully, hopefully it's coming soon. We will. We've got about 5-ish minutes, so I'm going to probably cut to be right back and then come back to you when the draft is actually live. So you will see me in hopefully a couple of minutes and it doesn't get delayed, but you know how esports are. It's always a possibility. So we're going to cut to be right back and I will see you soon. All right, everybody. I believe we are about to hit drafting. Yep, the timer has just come up. So Valpo is going to start on the blue side, Manchester on red. We will see the bans come in at the bottom of your stream. If you are new to League of Legends, each team will get three bans here. Um, you'll have to excuse me. I'm not great at recognizing the characters based on their art. Manchester, I know banned Twitch. I can't tell if that's. I can probably scroll. That's Belveth, I believe. Yeah, because that's in the B. It's in alphabetical order. Funny enough. Valpo choosing to ban Rek'Sai, and then Manchester straight to the Talia. I mean, if you know anything about our mid laner, that's a great choice. These bans are actually going very quickly. Valpo banning Varus, and looks like, yeah, a little more of a target towards Jakimbo, our mid laner, who's definitely our best player at the moment with that Syndra ban. But I mean, Yunara, if you watch any kind of professional League of Legends right now, that is like super high priority. So I'm not even surprised to see Valpo go for it. I mean, her level one is so insane compared to any other champion. She just dominates. So if you could just snowball that level one into an early lead, it's pretty hard to fall behind. Manchester is going to also pick very fast, going to the Jin and the Mel. Um, the mid laner, I believe, in this matchup is going to have a pretty rough time on Manchester's side, just due to how good Jakimbo is. And we're actually going to see a support come out here on pick two, which I wasn't expecting. I know sometimes these can get a little bugged. We will check League of Legends here just in case. Nope, no one said anything. So those should be accurate at the moment. I'll get filled in, I hope. If not, or we'll learn together. Otherwise, so Valpo taking their time here. Hopefully the pick comes through. It's going to be Aurora. Aurora's an interesting character. Definitely able to be flex top and mid, which is going to force Manchester's hand here. And they're actually going to play Thresh. Um, so GLEC is not fearless, like professional League of Legends has come to be at the moment. So that's interesting for engage support to go with Thresh. Must be a comfortability thing. Jarvan 4 going to get banned out away from Super Bear on Valpo. We'll see what they return with here on Valpo. They've had some jungle target bans. We're going to take out Renekton, okay. Which leads me to believe uh, Aurora might have been the top laner, and then a Zac jungle ban. I do know Super Bear Valpo loves to play that, and then Udyr. So a lot of these bans are probably a lot more targeted, I'd assume, as compared to professional League of Legends, where you see a lot of the same bans over and over. Just because it's not to that level yet, but it's getting very close. But they do have some different comfort picks, as it's now Manchester's pick. It kind of does a little bit of a snake draft back and forth here with Valpo getting the last ban. They are going to choose Ornn. Ornn is going to be in the top lane. If Aurora is up there, that is going to be a little bit of a ranged matchup. Ornn's going to have a rougher time. Great thing about Ornn is he doesn't need to base always. For those of you who maybe aren't as familiar with League of Legends, Ornn is the character that can build the items, which are kind of the crucial piece to the puzzle in League of Legends. Ornn can actually build them. Every other character has to go back to the home base and then run all the way back to lane. So Xin Zhao is going to be the jungler here. So it's really just is Valpo playing Aurora top into Ornn, but the great thing is they know the top laner is Ornn, so they can play a very hard Ornn counter, lead Jakimbo to that Aurora in the mid lane just to see, what happens here because Melk is most likely our mid laner. Just because Thresh is going to be support, yeah, and they're going to bring out Mbessa, so I'm going to assume that is Aurora mid lane. I think that's going to be a pretty fair assumption. Just waiting here to see what the jungler actually is for Manchester because everything else is filled ADC, mid, support, and top. So what will the jungle matchup be? We got Xin Zhao already. At the beginning of the game, Belvath and Rek'Sai and Udyr, I guess, all taken out in bans. 3 out of the 5 going onto that jungle. So definitely keen in. Volibear in the jungle, interesting. Not one I feel like you see too often. but good to know. Cool to see. We are going to move into some gameplay here. Hopefully, get this out of your way. We wait for this game to start. Actually, we'll go casting camera while we wait because it might be a minute. Those bands can sometimes get a little messed up and have to be corrected. But overall, you can see the ranks currently. I know that doesn't mean everything. Both teams do have a gold, 3 emeralds on Manchester side, 3 emeralds on Valpo's side, and then a Masters player in the top lane versus a diamond over here in the mid lane. So will be interesting to see what way it goes. I'd say definitely your key is to see if Chikimbo can get a lead here over. Oh, someone has left the lobby and not sure what's happening here. We're switching all around. Hopefully we get into it. The lobbies are broken. Oh no, that's not good. Does that mean um might have to hit already? I mean, I'm ready. Don't know if they are having issues with the lobbies getting going, it seems. But hit them with a ready, and we're ready to go. Once Butternubs gets back in, we will switch to some League of Legends gameplay once it gets open. But for now, you're gonna have to stay here. Everyone's just picking their champ up. I can get you with some audio here. I bet you'd enjoy that. You can hear the beautiful sounds of League of Legends. Um, nothing out of the ordinary. Well, you can probably see by my face. Surely that's not like accurate, and they just didn't line up in the correct order, because at the moment as it stands we've got Volibear top lane, Jhin jungle, Mel mid, Thresh ADC, and Ornn support. But I'm gonna have to go with some better judgment here maybe and say that Jhin is our ADC for Manchester, and Ornn top lane, Volibear jungle. Just a guess, you know. If I'm wrong, that'll be a first. I don't think I've ever seen this combination. Jhin jungle. I mean, how does that even work? I don't know. Slowest clear of all time. Gonna be a rough one, but we've got about 10 seconds here on the pick countdown. Should be getting into it. We do have a delay on the stream because there was a bug with delay not showing up in the game because League of Legends does have built-in delay for the spectator. So we do have to wait through that for spectator delay and such. So we will be getting into it very shortly here. You'll just have to bear with me a minute. But like I said, Valpo has the Law playing Ambessa in the top lane, Super Bear on Jinzhao in the jungle, Jakimbo on Aurora in mid, Yunara on Diadem in the ADC role, and then Yovana on Lulu. Oh, it looks like the lobbies are still breaking a little bit. We've got 2 minutes now on our spectator delay. They will be in the game, ready to go. Um, yeah, so week one of the GLEC going to be very beneficial to get out to a great start because League of Legends is going to be the game with the least amount of teams going to LAN in November, just due to the size. The GLEC LAN is based on the amount of total teams playing in whatever game title it is. And since League of Legends is the game with the least amount of schools participating, it does have the least amount of teams. So in theory, you have less opportunity, but there's also less teams to take your spot. If you want to look at it the other way, glass half full, not half empty. I'm really just spewing until a minute and 20 seconds from now, so we are in the game. Uh, like I said, though, Yunara is going to be a great matchup. I think against a Jhin, who might take a little bit to get online, especially before he has W and the ability to root. So I think we're gonna look to see Lulu Unara kind of push the tempo here in the beginning, get a little aggressive. As for that, I think the key lane we'll see, I guess, when we get into it, is going to be the top lane, possibly. I think that was kind of the biggest discrepancy when it came to rank, but rank doesn't mean everything. Some people grind it, some people don't. It just kind of depends on who you are. Um, so we'll see. I think the mid lane matchup also will be a great one to watch. The Aurora versus the Mel, kind of the two newer champs. In there, some of the newer champs, it's cool to see that the new stuff gets played, like Aurora, I mean, Ambessa, Yunara, Mel. I think that literally might be the last four, right? It'll be awesome to see. So this is my first ever Valpo League of Legends game. There's no shot it's Jhin jungle. I just read that. If it now says Jhin support, if you were curious, and Thresh jungle, so even better. But spectator delay is almost done. We're getting in there. Follow Bear Mel bot lane is Korean technology. I mean, I've not even seen that in Korea, so that's like, I don't even know. It's like moon technology. League of Legends, Riot Games, small indie company, so let the game open up here. I mean, they've only got like two staff members over there, and like a monkey that beats on the keyboard, I think, to code everything together for them. Infinite monkey theory. If he types enough, he will eventually make something and actually make everything. So here we go. Same overlay you're used to. We just gotta load in. Beautiful League of Legends, but we now can see. Wait, surely not, right? Was this person being serious? Like, wait, who has Smite? Polar Bear has Smite. Okay, yeah, no. So it is lined up weird, but I did get scared for a second because I was like, I started from right to left with Manchester, who's on the bottom here, and that was like, there was no Smite. I just kept going, no Smite, no Smite, no Smite, but I forgot that Polar Bear, who we predicted to be the jungler. So, and then everything for Valpo looks correct. We're not loading in at the moment, which not too much of a problem. Oh, League of Legends is not responding. Awesome. We'll just pray and hope it responds. I mean, that's just tragic. I mean, first day on the job and I'm by myself and League of Legends stops responding. I mean, that's criminal. I mean, there's not really much I can even do about that one. Small indie company, Riot Games. Probably never heard of it. They don't have many games. League of Legends did just make a sound, if you heard that. Kind kind of just stuff. I'm stuck here. I mean, there's nothing I can do. I am actually just stuck and hoping it like closes itself out, I guess, and we rejoin on game two, or it starts responding and I get to view game one. Because if not, I mean, it's cooked. Uh, it never fails. Get in here by yourself in the lab, in the streaming studio, and then I guess I'm never by myself, like Blake pointed out. There's that guy behind me on the wall. Shout out that guy, whoever you are. I never met you. Um, well, we are still stuck here. You know, you're gonna be real disappointed, my only chatter, when you find out that in 3 minutes the League of Legends crashed. I think I'm just gonna have to. I think we're gonna go with the closeout method. A little Control Alt Delete. Oh, it popped up. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to close the program. I mean, I've got no. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it'll let me reconnect. Um, Possibly. Well, we will try. I apologize for being out of frame. League of Legends, like we said, small indie company. You know, very very hard for them to make a working product. We have loaded back here to the loading screen. We'll flip it over just in case here. Oh, we are in. We are in. Okay. We gotta get this up and ready for you. So we are just gonna go directed camera at the moment. Let's make sure everything is viewable. Yep. Discord, stop. We're not in a call. Leave us alone. Um, hopefully the audio levels are good for you. I think League of Legends is actually like very low at the moment. Oh no, I apologize. We're gonna have to take a pit stop here. Back in. Um, it'll come back. Give it 3 seconds. I promise. I'm sorry. I'm a little like they threw me off with League of Legends not working here at the beginning. I actually think my audio levels on League are the issue. And we're gonna come into sound and we're gonna up it, yeah. So League of Legends now, you should be able to hear it, hopefully. We'll even go louder, why not? No? Oh, it'll come back. The camera will come back, I promise. It's scuffed, but we haven't missed anything. It's actually a 4.9k to 4.9k gold game. All sums appear to be up and running, so we haven't missed anything. You know, is it? No, Volibear is in the jungle, which it's gonna be. I mean, that's just criminal. They did that to us, because now the bottom overlay is just not gonna be correct. I mean, like Ornn is playing top lane, but it shows him as the support down here, and I'm looking at like the gold lead. And it's like he's 17-6 in CS, but in reality, he's actually down CS to Ambassa. So we will see. Mel did use Flash on a little bit of a gank attempt there in the mid lane. Volibear is backing on the Pixel Brush. Nothing there. Ornn already having to back. I mean, going to possibly miss out on a wave. I guess has TP, so depends on how fast Ambessa can really clear that. Might miss some, maybe one. I don't know. TP feels like it takes forever now. I don't know if they actually like change the speed, but that change, like where you watch yourself teleport through the air, makes it feel like an eternity. So we will see Manchester hit level 4 in the bot lane first. Jhin is doing a better job farming at the moment, which is tragic to see if you're a Valpo fan, because that level 1 for Yunara is just so big. We would love to see the lead get extended out there. So junglers still on opposite sides of the map. Xin Zhao for Valpo, Super Bear pulling through the middle. I do have names. It's going to be a little difficult. I might get them confused here for Manchester because they're not in the correct order. But Armstrong Boy, pathing towards the bot side. Kimtech Drake is going to be our first Drake here of the series. So we'll see that come into play. Valpo's bot lane needs to be careful. They do have their Tri-Bush covered, but Pixel Brush is not. Looks like maybe a bit of a gank attempt here on the mid lane. Mel seems aware. No ward or anything. But are we going to start the dragon? It appears Super Bear is questioning. Oh, a little bit of a gank. Good flash, but the stun is going to come through, and I mean, just dead there. No chance for Xin Zhao to get in there. A flash out of Volibear, but I mean, flash for kill, first kill even for Boots is great. They're not sure where Mel is. Jakimbo does get the tag though, but I mean, that might just be Drake. I'd assume that Volibear is going to start it, and we do see Volibear getting into the Drake, so really a top lane matchup at the moment. The bottom lane is winning through Manchester. We will see if Xin Zhao is looking to get back into here. Goes for the grab, doesn't find it, is probably just gonna have to walk away. Jakimbo though, solo kill, mid lane, also actually the top lane, the Law, I'm not gonna find anyone. Triple back here, this is great. Yunara is gonna be able to catch up a little bit in CS down there in the bot lane. But I mean, great kill out Jakimbo. I know I said Blake is our player to watch, but I mean, I think this is expected if you're a Valparaiso University enjoyer out of our mid lane. I mean, I think that's like the most common thing you could expect of, and this is what it's talking about with Ornn. Ornn can actually build the items in the lane. So at the bottom of your screen, you will see each character's picture, and you'll see a bunch of little things. Some of them look like shields, swords, you know, potions, whatever it may be. These are the items. So in League of Legends, you have to build items. You get gold by killing the little minions or characters and other things on the map, and you get gold. And with that gold, you go back to the shop in your base and you buy items. Those items sometimes have special effects, special abilities, and usually give you more power to your character. So whether that is an item that helps you do more damage, take less damage, you know, whatever it may be. The ult is coming out Diadem here, but unfortunately not going to be able to get out. I don't know if Giovanna will with the hook. Will flash it, so the escape is there. Looks like we are going to have a bit of a gank here in the mid lane. I will try to keep us here for this. But I mean, yeah, Mel is just taking a beating. I don't know if this is their goal. But yeah, Jakimbo is going to go in. Gets the tag. Does not have ultimate, but I think should be able to get away. Has flash still. I mean, isn't even going to have to use it. It's going to really chunk Volibear. I mean, holy cow. That was a massive chunk. Wow. I know there's some way for us to get to the gold difference, but the issue is I think the gold, like the spent gold and stuff, it's going to show, you know, it's not going to line up our lanes for us, so we're at a bit of a disadvantage because Manchester did not line themselves up like we did. Full funky for a spectator. Not much we can do about it. I mean, it's not required by any means. So we will have to just look and do some math here on our own. Ambessa and Ornn, pretty even lane at the moment. Nothing, you know, standing out. No kills, no assists, nothing. Oh, that's a good out of Lulu, but is going to get grabbed. Yeah, I mean, that fourth shot out of Jhin just absolutely obliterates a Lulu. And Volibear is behind. If you are GLEC, Diadem, you need to be careful. I mean, the Jhin ult's coming through. You hope maybe the tower can save you with the new tower ramp up, but it's just not going to. Nowhere you could go. Some trades happening in the top lane. Ornn currently the winner of it. I'd love to see Chance, Super Rare, get down here and help his bot lane, who has fallen behind. I mean, Jin's 4-0. Really need to see Chance and Justin come down there and help with that, because if Volibear can keep feeding his ADC by showing up and getting a stun off, he's going to. So, some roam now here. Pings aplenty coming in from Manchester, as you can see. They know Xin Zhao's coming. I mean, this is coming. A little flash under the tower. Isn't going to find, but is going to have to push Ornn away. Valparaiso did get all 3 grubs, though, so it's going to be great for this push here. Hopefully for Ambessa. Uh-oh. Oh, wait, Jakimbo does find one. So does Volibear. So Yunara might be dead, it seems. Not going to really be anywhere to go. Probably going to have to just try and duel here with Jhin and hope no one else gets any damage. But, I mean, another 3v1. The kill does go to Jhin, and, like we've mentioned, it's not looking good for the bot lane. I mean, Jhin is beyond fed. If we can see gold spent, I mean, Jhin does have full boots and collector, and is backing right now. So, I mean, this lead is about to become monumental, because they're up, quick math, 14 CS, 5 kills to none. I mean, this is a massive lead right now. Like, this is snowballing out of hand. Valparaiso's total gold lead isn't bad, but it's going to be very difficult for Diadem to do anything in the bot lane right now. I mean, they literally are just going to have to camp under the tower probably at this point. It is pretty bad. Yeah, so next Drake is going to be an Infernal. It is 1-0 in favor of Manchester when it comes to Drake. They do have the Kimtech. We are going to see Thresh invading into the jungle. I mean, if someone turns around here, Thresh should be dead. I mean, Thresh has no abilities. As long as they don't let Thresh back, Thresh is dead. It's going to keep running, probably attempt to execute. But yeah, too late now. Going to feed Jakimbo, which, I mean, if you're Valparaiso University, this is best case scenario. It's just time wasting. So Thresh is dead. We're going to take a look over here at the Jhin. Does get polymorphed. Great out of Giovanna. Funny enough, I think they could kind of still take this fight. And it looks like they might check for Dragon. We're going to see Super Bear get the Krugs. You know, what top lane is here still. They have a stalemate back and forth. The CS lead, though, really going in Ambessa's favor, but Ornn does have that kill at the moment to kind of help make that up. We're going to see him build again in lane. So, yeah, Riot, small indie company, it's like 7 people. I mean, Valparaiso's bot lane is just going to get found out again. Or, my apologies, Blake. That was Super Bear. But, doesn't die. 5-7 in kills. I mean, game's not over. Gold lead is only about 300 for Manchester. There is a numbers advantage here for Valpo. Just going to try and protect Super Bear, Xin Zhao, get them out. Thresh might have died for this, but Valpo is probably going to overcommit here and get ulted on by Volibear. So it's really going to be on Diadem to take out Jhin as fast as possible, and I don't know if it's even going to happen at all. Yeah, no, but if I had to guess, I'm going to say the Law and Jakimbo clean this up, and this is actually going to work really well if they get that onto Jakimbo. He's going to get executed, though, I think. Right? Executed by Mel. No, yes. Okay, so it does come through, but the Law does clean up. So, I mean, 9-10, Valparaiso's actually has a gold lead. Pretty much everyone died there. Ornn is having a grand old time up here in the top lane. Cameron knows what's up. It figured it out. So Ornn gonna look to back though. With that wave crashed, and we are gonna see Thresh probably look to sweep, get some vision clearance here. Oh, ward's already pinged. Yeah. Timers. We'll take a look here. No flashes at all on Manchester. Triple flash ready for Valparaiso, and I mean, Blake, Diadem, Yunara doesn't really need flash with that E ability, that sprint move speed, and especially the ult. But the ult isn't up. So if Valparaiso is tracking flashes right now, I mean, now is a good time to go. Got a little bit. Need to be careful though, that you don't wait too long. Make sure your count is good, because I do know they were tracking flashes. So it's just, you know, are we paying attention to this? Vision is getting cleared, but I mean, there's a little bit of a collapse here. A little bit of a hover out of Jakimbo just to make sure that nothing's happening. Rift Herald is going to be up. That Drake is still going to be there. Or, yeah. I swear, am I going crazy? Didn't they tell us it was Infernal Soul on the thing, and now it's... Maybe that's the next one? I'm not quite sure. That looked like the cloud... Yeah, that's the Cloud Soul. Okay. I'm pretty sure Infernal popped up on the screen. You know, clip it, chat. Call me crazy, but pretty sure it was Infernal when it popped up. So triple stack here in the bot lane with Volibear for Manchester. Not sure what he's waiting on. Just kind of sitting there. Maybe going to make a move on the dragon. I don't know. Oh, could be getting the crab. The Law still has quite a significant CS lead, but... oh, actually, the Law picked up 3 kills. I thought it was only 2, so that lead in the top lane is actually growing by quite a bit. So that is Manchester's second Drake. Yeah, I mean, now it's Hex Gates. Someone clip that. It was definitely Infernal. It popped up as Infernal. I will die by that. But Ornn not even looking to trade with Ambessa, and can you blame him? 3 kills. Valpo is going to secure the Herald, which is going to be great. Really going to work well for Ambessa. That side push, get some pressure somewhere. Maybe a fight about to happen here. Not sure. Volibear is just kind of hanging around. Invading, possibly. Looking for Xin Zhao. Is going to get that pink ward down on the buff. But the collapse is coming. Actually, Ornn is ulting. Good flash predict out of the Law. get it out plenty early. They are still looking for it pretty heavily. Mel is alone in the bot lane. Jakimbo trying to match, which, I mean, that's kind of what you need to do at this point in time. You know, not really much of a numbers disadvantage, but that is a great flash hook here out of Thresh, and I mean, Blake is going to die. I think the ult was also popped, which is not great. Silver lining, Jhin also popped ult and didn't get the kill. But they got to be careful because Volibear is coming and coming fast. So this could get bad here for Valparaiso. Looking to just get a hit out of the Herald. Ambessa does have some good movement abilities, you know, new Riot champs. They actually might be able to turn this fight. Probably not, though, just with Ornn's tankiness and the other characters coming. But Ambessa is going to go in off the ult. They are going to look for one. I mean, Ambessa might just be too fed for this stage of the game. And Jakimbo's here. I mean, this is just going to be a cleanup out of Valparaiso. I would be mind blown if they do not get all of them. Going to chase Ornn. That does miss, so not going to full wipe, but that is going to be great. Nothing up at the moment, but I mean, next closest person to respawn still has 10 seconds. We've got fast back here, still off of the Herald. Hopefully that Krug does not hit Ambessa, and it does. So Mel was allowed to farm alone for a while. That tier 1 in the bot lane does fall. We're going to see the tier 1, though, in the mid lane fall. And I'd say, personally, when I'm playing League of Legends, I'd rather the bot lane tier 1 fall than the mid. I think the mid lane just more valuable, personally. I think it's easier to play around the map when your mid lane tower's there, just because you can come to it from any side. But it looks like teams are kind of setting up around the dragon. Want to get control of this bottom river before the next Drake does come. I believe it was Hextech. I could be going crazy again. We are going to see. It does kind of look like Manchester has control of it. A little bit of a farm off there. The Blake, Diadem, Yunara needs to be very careful, and Lulu. They have been caught out a lot. You know, as much as you want to blame your jungler, you know, some of those, they definitely were pushed up a little too far. You gotta kind of let your jungler play his game still, has to farm to keep up in that regard. So, it is something you just gotta look for. It looks like Ornn is gonna be in maybe a bit of trouble. I'm not sure if this is just an invade for camps or if they're going to dive. Jakimbo, probably the character you have to be the least worried about right now. Yeah, look at that timing. Already moving back towards that tower. Had the feeling something was coming. I'm not sure if there was a ward there that they cleared. There could have been. But, I mean, Aurora is just going to be, like, super hard to lock down. That is going to be a great start, though. Yeah, this might be it. Yeah. I mean, they unload the house, but Ornn is going to die in the top lane for that, and they are going to be out of ultimates. Lulu did ult, but as you can see, that timer is pretty fast, so it probably will be coming back up very soon. I'm not sure of the time on it, but Manchester is actually going to try and pull off an Otacon here, and I mean, chances on the other side of the map, just going to have to trade out camps, take that top tier 2, you know, and just unfortunately have to trade the Otacon, which is going to be nice. We are going to look for tier 2 here in the mid as well, so is Otacon worth 2 tier 2 towers? Not sure, maybe with the Drake stack already, it could be. Next Drake is up in 15 seconds, as you can see there. Got pinged, but we take a look here. CS leads. Jhin is about 11 ahead, about 12 ahead in the mid lane for Manchester. The top lane is a little bit of a smacking right now. 6-0 Ambessa with a 30 CS lead. Supports, I mean, I'd say pretty even right now. The vision score on Thresh is a lot higher. And then in the jungle, I'd say pretty even. I mean, Volibear is going to be a little bit ahead just because it got those 2 kills. But, you know, both on 2 items, full boots. So spent gold is pretty even at the moment. See, Drake is up and Valpo is going to start it. Volibear is actually going the other way, so I guess they've given this Drake. They don't care. It's not soul. They're not worried about it. The top tier 1 for Valpo is going to go down. Mel is pushing that side lane. Aurora is trying to match it, but Manchester's doing a great job of keeping Jakimbo out of it. I'm sure they know that was probably the character and in person on Valparaiso University that they keyed in on. Need to keep as distracted and pushing side lanes and matching as much as possible, you know, because as soon as Jakimbo's in a fight, you know, you saw there with the law, I mean, it gets turned very fast and they start to wipe. So I think right now, Valparaiso's just got to put the law in a great spot to succeed. I mean, this is an insane lead over Ornn at the moment. I mean, look at that. Tank Ornn, you know, just getting beat down like it's nothing. So they are looking for Yunara. They're pinging repeatedly. A little bit of a stalemate in the mid. Volibear is just camping the bush again. No vision at the moment on where the other jungler is. So they might dive this. Blake and Giovanna need to be very, very careful. I mean, Volibear is sitting there and losing a lot of tempo. Looking to invade. They do have the ward though, so they should know that that's not up. They must just think Aurora's around there, and I mean, Volibear is just looking to assist with a kill, but Aurora's nowhere to be found. I mean, Aurora's almost in spawn at this point. I mean, yeah, so this could be bad. No, because we also had vision on that bush, so gonna be fine for the moment. At the moment, just trying to let Yunara get fully online, I think. Just get a little bit of a comeback from that slow start. I mean, catching up in CS, I'd say. The law, solo tower diving, that tower shot tickled. It's funny. Has an 100 gold bounty, the only person at the moment with a bounty big enough to pop up, which is cool to see. I think that's our first one. It's going to jump to 150 actually, so I mean, that's some good gold. Nothing too crazy, but can be finishing an item as we're getting in there. The difference between 2 and 3 items can be really big, so we're going to be looking to see. Yeah, Volibear is coming. I mean, there's the Ornn ultimate. The law might be dead, might be a little overextended. Has flash. Flash does not go off. Got a flash out of Ornn and Volibear, though. The tragic thing is Baron will spawn before Ambessa respawns. Valparaiso has control over the top river at the moment. 2 members of Manchester are going to be backing. So we'll see a good setup, hopefully, out of Valparaiso. They need to take this time now to get some more wards down, I think. They've only got the one across into the top jungle of Manchester. Or possibly 2. My mouse might be covering one. No, only the one. And it's very easily destroyed. Yeah, like that. So now all that vision is gone. Looks like jungler is backing, so they do not anticipate any kind of Baron attempt yet. I don't know if Jhin would be considered a good ADC to take the Baron. I'm assuming no, because he doesn't have super high attack speed, but his damage might offset that. Take Manchester kind of has 2 tanky characters, funny enough, Fresh and Ornn, so really need that Yunara to come online as well, start pumping damage at the same time as Ambessa and Aurora, because you're gonna need to shred through that, not give Jhin plenty of time to sit there and wail on you and get those 4th shots out. Gold is still about 2k in favor of Valparaiso, even though they're down by a kill. 2-1 in Drakes. See what's gonna happen here in the top lane. Jakimbo tried to bait out. Mel did a great job though of not following that wave. Some boarding, some clearing. Volibear is in the top side of the jungle. Gonna be looking for Aurora, who might be in a bit of a pickle here. Does have the ult go off, is able to go back and forth kind of, but I mean, yeah, the ultimate there out of both characters is going to be very tough to beat. The law looking for a bit of a trade back and forth with Ornn. Not much is going to come of it. Both are going to lose about the same amount of health. Lulu is in the area. Valpo has also started the Drake. I don't know if Manchester can get there in time. Yeah, no. And the Ornn ult does come, so they are probably going to need to commit to this fight, but it might be too late. Ornn's health bar is pretty low. They're going to need to probably turn on Mel and go after. I mean, great shot on the R there out of Jin. Giovanna is just dead at this point. The Law does escape, does get another kill, but I mean, only character alive for Valpo for a while. Jakimbo is up and running, but yeah, that gold lead is very close. I mean, this game is pretty much neck and neck at this point. A lot of that gold was just gained, though, for Manchester, so it hasn't been spent yet. Which is something that Coach Chase did teach me about the other day. Great thing to look at is spent gold, and I'm not sure which button it is. We're going to click some. I apologize if the viewing experience becomes bad. It's not that one. E, maybe? No. Let's try R. That's just characters. T. Y. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh, we can turn on timers for... Okay, that's interesting. Good to know. Figure it out. This is actually my first time spectating a League of Legends game. I need to, like, get rid of this, though, because we want directed camera. I apologize. Another fight going in. That Thresh hook, I mean, if that landed, that might have been the nail in the coffin. Luckily it didn't, and Thresh all was kind of wasted there. But no sums for flashes on Valparaiso's side, except for Jin Zhao. Kind of similar, actually, funny enough, on... Well, I say similar. Jin is not the jungler. It got me. Down 3 kills. Valparaiso does still hold a gold lead. Both teams still not finding an angle to go for the Baron. So it's kind of just a stalemate. Farming. Tower-wise, I mean, Valparaiso is in the lead, I'd say. Tier 2 gone on mid and top. All Tier 2s still up for Valparaiso, so in that aspect of the game, Valparaiso is in the lead, but I mean, past couple fights has been momentum Manchester, it seems, so we'll see what's happening. Jakimbo has now actually recovered the CS lead. Was down for a little bit of this game. Mel is left alone at the moment on this tier 2 in the bot lane with Volibear in that bot side jungle. It's going to be a little bit dangerous for Jakimbo. Usually you think of Aurora as a character to get away, but I mean, if Aurora sees roots or the CC comes in out of Volibear, it will get pretty dangerous. That's a great chunk right there. Manchester looking to move upwards. 2 in the mid bush. Thresh is backing, Mel's backing. Yeah, maybe just Thresh for the time being. I don't think you want to start without your support to kind of run a little bit of a defensive on the Baron. So back to farming we go. Stalemate. This is a Valparaiso classic, as I've heard. Either the fastest stomping you've ever seen, or it's going to take us an hour. So, might be here a while. Hope you're enjoying my voice, because we are probably in for the long haul if the game's not over in it yet. A little bit of an all-in from Jakimbo there. Doesn't get it onto Jin. Has to back up. Need to be very careful. Ambessa is hovering though, so this could be good. They might not expect that. They are actually going to turn on Ambessa, who does not have flash, but they are going to decide they cannot catch up. So, oh wow, what an all out of Jakimbo. I mean, Polar Bear's dead as well. You could attempt to get out, but Yunara is going to have some time to fight with this ultimate finally. Unleash that. Yeah, great ult out of the Law. I mean, this is where it turns. Is able to Lantern out, but I mean, for how long? I mean, great W there out of Yunara. The Law is now on Thresh. I mean, this is just going to be a wipe and Baron. Chance is looking to find Ornn. Does get away, but I mean, this Baron is going to melt fast. And just like that, I mean, a 4K gold lead. About to have Baron. Everyone down on Manchester for a while. Ornn has to back. These waves are going to get pushed in. They're actually going to capitalize this into a dragon as well. That is going to be awesome. That is going to be the third Drake for Valparaiso. Putting them on to Soul Point, I believe, is the terminology we use. Yeah, and I mean, wow. Those kills just are stacking up on Mbessa. 9 and 1. Jakimbo has a 300 gold bounty. Yunara's got a 100. Mbessa needs to definitely be very careful here with that 700 gold bounty, because if someone like Jin, you know, gets that shut down, I mean, be close to building another item, and that's the last thing you want. As long as they can kind of keep Jin shut down, I think we will be fine. Oh, Volibear might be found out. Jakimbo does have ult if they want to pursue, but the blast cone's going to be there. Doesn't go a great way. Volibear tries to ult out. Does have a nice dodge. Mel is here for backup to push away Valpo, but I mean, they have to ult from Volibear to get out of there. Might have also didn't flash, no. But I mean, had the ult. The ult timer is going to be very similar to Aurora's, so not really much of a loss there from Valpo trying to pursue that. They're gonna just try to keep this cannon in. I apologize. Did get that bot lane tier 2. Ornn does get about half of the bot or the top lane tier 2 as well, but Roar does show up to shut that down. So Valpo really needs to capitalize here on that on that Baron. I was looking to see, I'm sure there's a button to learn how long the Baron timer has. Maybe tab. Tab just... Oh, I've hid that now. My apologies. We're figuring it out. Kimbo is alone, does get out, is on fire though. Might die from the ignite, I'm not sure. Jin ult coming in. That is going to be real unfortunate. Chance staying alive for quite a while, but is just going to have to back out. That's one of the Barons down. One of the Baron buffs down, I should say. But with that fast recall, none of the others should be found out. So we are about 4K gold ahead. Volibear is looking to crunch. The Law is powerful, but I don't think it's powerful enough to 3v1 here. 3 full health champions, so good decision to back up, get out of there. Jakimbo can chunk some champions, pretty much anyone, as long as he hits a combo. So they're all going to stay away from him, and we are back to a very even push state. No objectives up at the moment. Just looking to farm waves, hope someone overextends a little bit, which doesn't seem to be happening too often. Though I know 19 and 19 kills. It's kind of been fights, not just someone overextending, unless it was the beginning of the game with the bot lane. You feel for them. The jungler was living in their lane. You look at the timers here. You know what that means. I recognize the Baron timer. The Baron will respawn in 1:43. got a message. Chat off. So approaching the 40-minute mark of game 1, I believe best of 3, best of 5 would be crazy for regular season games here, especially if they go this long. Volibear is going to try to chase. I mean, just not going to be able to catch up to him fast enough, but a fight might start here. Super Bear is caught out at the moment. I don't know if anyone's going to be able to get into this fight to help. They're probably going to look for it. Volibear jumps over, not really knowing what's in there, but no one's doing any damage at all. Blake does find one. The Law alone, yeah, push the Jhin off. That is going to be great. The Law has plenty of sustain at the moment, and the peel should be good. Oh, Blake gets a little too close. I don't think Jimbo can really clean up the fight. Not sure what the game plan is going to be here. Looking to get to the blast cone, can't get there. Unfortunate. That is going to be an ace. No one from Valpo is going to be alive. Here, 2 is going to fall in the bot lane. The Drake is going to go over 3-3 on Drakes for the game. Pretty much everything dumped in that fight, flash-wise, ultimate-wise, whatever it may be, all used up. So I apologize for a second. Be back. What happens when the game crashes and you are able to put it into borderless mode, and I can't go in and out as smoothly as I thought. Baron is going to go down. I don't think Valpo is going to really be able to get in on this. They are going to look to fight, though. Jimbo is getting a lot low. I mean, there's 3 down already. It's just Volibear, but it's a 1v2. Just really not going to be able to do enough damage. Another ace with Baron. That is going to be tragic. Hopefully not the end of the game. Closest to respawn is 18 seconds. Maybe be able to buy a little time for the full team to respawn, but it's going to be rough. A lot of this is going to get taken down. They probably are going to back after this or look to pivot to another lane. Horn is going to look to try and catch back up and push through the bot lane. I mean, that was just great out of Manchester. The lead has thrown back in their favor by about 3,000 gold, so a little under that. But we are going to see most people approaching full build at this point. It appears like everyone on, well, no, Jhin is not full build, actually. But, everyone else full build? I think so. Oh no, Mel is not. Everyone else might be on the Manchester side. Pretty sure. So, 3 out of 5. It's pretty good, especially with Baron going right now. Polar Bear is going to be a little bit of a problem now, I think, at this point. 12 and 3, 12 assists. It'll be very hard to take down. All flashes up, all ultimates up for Valparaiso University. Waiting on a couple flashes to come up here for Manchester, but by the time this fight starts, they probably will be up, along with all the ultimates, so this is going to be a pretty fair fight. Just got to avoid getting thresh hooked, I think, at this point if you're Valparaiso University. They really have been grabbed by that a lot. I was a little shocked when Thresh was the engage support that they wanted to use. Yeah, Diadem Yunara Abuser. So right. Here comes the engage out of Ornn with ultimate and Jin ult. Yeah, Valparaiso University just melted at the moment. Unfortunately, jungler is last alive. Jakimbo is pretty good on health. Is kind of melting. The issue is there's 3 alive. I think just needs to run, cut the losses here. Got 2. Get out, protect the lanes. This is gonna be rough. Yeah, might just be dead at this point. Need to just creep backwards, get out of there, through the lane as opposed to going around. Got too close. Last man standing, Super Bear, only 3 and 7, 11 assists. Really has to try and survive here for not even 10 seconds, more like 15 until Yunara respawns, because Lulu is not going to do much in stopping them from hitting the Nexus, I don't think. Yeah, it doesn't appear that Super Bear was going to be able to do much either. Funny enough, they might get out of it. I don't think so. There's just not enough damage. Yeah, that is going to be game 1 going to Manchester University. It looked great. There were some great pieces there for Valpo. I mean, there was moments I thought that it was going to be in Valpo's favor. There was some big gold swings there in that game, both directions. But ultimately there, that Baron fight, I think, when Manchester got it, I think Valpo just needed to cut their losses and not try to contest. It was gave them too much time with the Baron, since everyone got wiped on that ace, and then there was another ace right after that. So that is going to be game 1. We will take a short break here before game 2 starts. I will see you soon with the next draft. All right, everybody, I am back. Um, we are getting started here. Valparaiso and Manchester deciding which side they would like to be on for game two. Valparaiso has taken the red side. Loser does decide which side they would like to take. Best of three, like I said earlier. So hopefully, for our sake at Valparaiso University, we do see a game three as Manchester is in the lead 1-0. Um, Not a fearless draft, which is probably what most of you would expect. If you don't know what a fearless draft is, that just means any character that your team previously played in any of the games in a series cannot be reused by your team. So Valparaiso would not have been able to choose Yunara, Lulu, Aurora, Jinzhao, or Ambessa, but because it is not a fearless, um, those characters are all back up. I did just get the spectator link uh, um, for the draft here, so we will switch on over, I believe, to the draft and take a look here. I'm not sure how soon this will get started. I would hope kind of keep it rolling along because if this game does go the hour-ish basically that the last one did, that means, as you can see in the bottom right, um, it will be 9 when it ends, and we'd have another one to go if Valparaiso does win. So even later for you people in Eastern time, uh, we'll shout out a couple things here. Make sure you are checking out our website with Agent Inc. We've got a merch store there. I'll actually do like a um a impromptu a little search here. If you just search up Valpo Esports, you'll get to our website. It looks a little new. Let's make sure they're not drafting. Nothing yet. It should give me audio cues. You can scroll. You can see our team roster, all of these things. But there's a merch store. So if you are interested in supporting portions of the sales on the merch store, do come back to us. There's great thing because apparently 5% off your first order. You can get the jersey that the players are wearing. You can get the old school jersey, the old design we used to rep, hoodies, shirts, mouse pad. Awesome. You get the flag also if you don't want something to wear. But like I said, a portion of these sales do come back to us at Valparaiso University. So feel free to pick something up and support us. We'd really appreciate it. It goes to things like the backpacks, I mean jerseys, travel, anything like that. It all just goes straight back into the program. So I will flip back here to casters just to see what they said in League of Legends. Can you make a custom lobby without the spectator delay? Bit of a dangerous ask, just because of the chance that someone like tries to look at the stream, because if there's no spectator delay, they could come in here, look at the stream, see what's going on. Anyone at Manchester could also go look at the stream because I think they are also live. Uh, bit of a random ask. Not sure why they would want it disabled. I would think personally that that is a big risk because they could just walk in here and cheat without that delay on and see what's going on. No, no real reasoning provided as to why they wanted it disabled. I don't know. Guess we'll never find out why they wanted it gone. Of a random request, I feel. Let's get this ready. They gotta be ready to draft. I don't know how we honestly haven't started drafting yet. What they're up to, if they left, went to the bathroom. I'm locked in a room here by myself at Valparaiso, so they can't see in, I can't see out. Great for streaming on site. Don't have to worry about anything like them looking in here, anyone trying to cheat, which has never happened before, but you like to take safety precautions. You like to be whitelisted with the league you're playing for. Uh, we might hit a be right back, just because it's not started yet. Oh, they're ready. Draft. We'll see if they start here. If so, um, they need the link. Well, it's process. This is esports, but you know, we'll get going here. Okay, now it started. So I could take you over to the draft screen, where we will see what's getting banned. I mean, a Twitch immediately again. That was the first ban. Belvath again. Syndra again. Are we gonna have a full repeat of last time? Don't remember what was next for Valpo. I'm sure if it gets banned again, it will jog my memory. I know Manchester banned a Talia. Yeah, it was Rek'Sai because they did the double jungle and then they did Renekton. So, are we going to see a full repeat? I mean, the jungler did have the best game for them. Nope, they will take away the Aurora this time, which is still another mid lane ban, just like the Talia previously. So, still worried about Jakimbo's performance. Didn't seem to feel a need to target the Ambessa. That was definitely the standout, I'd say, for Valpo. But we'll see what happens here. Jinx ban, actually. Okay, interesting. So let's see. Talia is going to be first priority. Avaris into that for the ADC. For Blake to play. Um, Possibly. Not locked in yet. Chose very early on, but not full committed. Now going to be locked in. Pick two. We will see. Will it be a support again? I feel like that support priority was a lot higher than you usually see. Still debating it over. These picks are going way slower than last time. It was like rapid fire, which is a little more common, I'd say. A Nami pick. Interesting. Yep, and it does get locked in. So Jin Thresh again. I mean, the bot lane just has to be a little more careful, I think, this time, and not let it get out of control in the beginning of the game. No, keep it nice and slow. They did let Jin get out to a 5-0 lead very fast, which didn't actually snowball the game out of control, but it definitely could have. I think Manchester didn't do a great job on capitalizing on the lead that Jin had. Swain, interesting. I'm not sure. I guess that's a mid lane Swain into the Talia. The next bans are going to be Udyr, Jarvan 4, Volibear. I think that's warranted from the last game, and then Zac. Yeah, another target ban. Horn is going to go to Valpo this time, so a little bit of a more tanky presence than the Mbessa in the last game, which I think will be beneficial for them. What is Manchester cooking? They do need a top laner and a jungler. Um, Jungler is still out on Valpo Scion, so a tank versus tank in the top lane. We'll see what's happening. Jungle wise, Valpo does have the ability to counter with a jungle here. No Volibear for Manchester to replay, and what I would assume are probably their three most played junglers in Udyr, Rek'Sai, and Bel'Veth gone. So it will be very interesting to see what they go with. Viego, okay. That does kind of suit the playstyle we saw in the last game very well. So not too surprised with that pick. Time to see what Super Bear goes with for Valpo. Gonna be if you know what, if I took a guess, I don't even think I would have one. Um, yeah, I can't even think of one. Wukong. Yeah, you know what? Wukong has a lot of priority in the professional games when I'm able to tune in. Also a high priority on champs like Gwen, and we haven't seen that out of either team, which is pretty interesting. Uh, we are going to cut back here to the caster cam, just while we wait for everything to go. Hit him with a ready. Make sure we are good to go. Hopefully, League of Legends does not crash on us again. We missed, I think, like 2-ish minutes of game one just because League crashed as we were going in. But game two, Manchester does lead 1-0. We are starting. We have to wait through not only the like draft, but then you also have to wait through this like pick phase. So hopefully they pick. I don't know if. Yeah, of course, Manchester's not going to line up for us. The scoreboard's going to be all whack. Um, I apologize. It's not going to line up. Would think that's something they would want to do. Streaming as well, I believe. I would assume they're streaming as well. The spectator slots are all full. Uh, but it's going to appear as Scion is your ADC here for Manchester, which I just is not going to be the case. But we have to wait 40 seconds, and then we have to wait even more with the spectator delay to get in, so... Valpo really needs to win this one, obviously, because if not, series over. Time to go home, but I think they had plenty of potential there in that one. There was lots of moments where they were in the lead and they turned fights around that didn't look possible, so I think the potential's there. I really like the Wukong pick. I think Wukong holds a lot of value. I'm not sure how to feel about Swain mid lane and Nami support, but we'll see. You got to trust in Coach Chase, what they're cooking over there. So the spectator delay will start soon. Hopefully that doesn't crash our game again. Then when that comes up, I can switch this over. But for now, caster cam stuck with me. We get rolling. 2 minutes and 40 seconds. So actually, I'm going to hit be right back. Enjoy some music for the next 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Alright, we did not crash, which is awesome. We get to see the start of the game here. Let me hit the correct buttons here. A little O and U action. Unfortunately, everything is off because the Manchester side did not line up accordingly, but a 5-man invade in the bot lane. This might be tragic. They are going to look to come across. Nami is going to need to be very, very careful. Is going to see all of them. Is not actually, I guess. And Jin is up 1-0. So, all 5 should have been spotted there. Varus will get a ward down, but unfortunately, Manchester does already have a lead. And Jin is going to back and get boots to catch up with the wave. I mean, not a great start for Valpo. I know we saw that coming, but a little hard to predict, fortunately. The top lane's going to be another boring one, I'd assume. Just wailing on each other, not really doing any damage, and farming the whole game until they get involved elsewhere. The Thresh Jin combo back in the bot lane. Hopefully we'll see the GLEC implement Fearless if League of Legends does stick around, because I think it makes it a lot more interesting, not being able to repeat the same character. Here's that top lane trading that we talked about. I'm not sure what the matchup looks like for Swain Talia. It must have been one they feel confident in, because no characters are locked out. They could have played anything into Talia. I do really like the Wukong pick. That ward is unfortunately going to spot Wukong, so they are going to know his timing on the clear. Is a bit behind Viego. I think to be expected. Wukong's goal is to get to level 6 for that ultimate. I mean, it's just great all around. We will see. Bot lane does appear to have priority for Manchester, so probably not going to see any kind of gank out of Viego, possibly out of Wukong though, but I would be shocked if level 3 Wukong does try to gank. We will have to see. I might be able to get you guys a score here on screen. I apologize, this is going to go off for a second. So that is Valpo. Ragged. Valpo 0. Sorry, we're editing this on the fly. I forgot about like a scoreboard. Get we get man for Manchester. I'd say that's good enough. Editing on the fly. Even Jikimbo is going to find Talia. Very low though, going to just get finished off, unfortunately. Does get the flash out of Talia though. So 2-1 in favor of Manchester. Still very early game. Have to be careful though. Viego is very good, the jungler, at capitalizing his lead. We saw that in the last game on Volibear. It just became too much to deal with, no matter how much you hit. Able to sustain the entire time. Something I'd love to see out of Valparaiso is just the ability to avoid these hooks on Thresh. I mean, I feel like Thresh was definitely just getting way too many hooks. Wayne. really wanting to brawl, and I mean, there's another hook, the hook W. I mean, that's kind of just why you play Jhin, and Jhin does not get the second shot off. Actually, Valpo might have a little bit of an advantage to push there. It seems they're not going to. They could have went for it. Viego is coming down. Power dive out Jakimbo solo, almost. Talia is gonna have to back. I mean, this lead, you know, CS wise, very in favor of Talia, but if Swain can keep it close through the nations, it's not really going to matter much. First Drake has spawned like Infernal Soul, so Infernal Drake rather. More back and forth in the top lane. Ornn is about 11 ahead CS wise, which is great to see if you're a Valpo fan. Appears there's going to be maybe a dive in the bot lane, and then a gank. I mean, just sitting on that pixel brush, the gank does come out in the mid lane. The shove, though, is just going to take Wukong, throw him away. Valpo's bot lane needs to be very careful because they know the jungler is not in the area. There's probably plenty of confidence, something like that, to come through. But now that Thresh and Jhin have gone missing off site, the pings are going to come through. Everyone's going to be aware. I don't think they're going to start this Drake. Maybe they are. Okay, it appears so. Oh, no. Viego walked away unless they have it pulled out at the moment. They have started it. Ornn is attempting an all-in, but nothing's going to happen there. I apologize. We are dropping frames. Manchester is going to get the first Drake, just like last game. This kind of just feels like a bit of a repeat, honestly. Kind of exactly what we saw in game 1 there. Dive attempt on Jakimbo, just not going to work. I mean, not even close. And he is going to walk down. No one left, but the ult is there, so I don't think anyone's really going to be able to. Oh, that's a good hook out Thresh. I think Jakimbo will die. Wukong's probably not going to be able to do anything. He needs to be very careful that Wukong doesn't die. Wukong is going to die. Super Bear. Unfortunately, tried to make something out of nothing. Silver lining, bot lane is shoving the wave. Nami does get rooted, but pressure, or no issue there. About 2k gold lead for Manchester at the moment, but we are only 8 minutes in, and we saw something very similar in game 1, and the gold lead flipped back and forth, thousands worth, multiple times, so we'll see. Both top laners just trading back and forth. Ornn slightly up in CS, not as big as a lead as earlier. Looks like Valpo is going to try and get the grubs again, hopefully all 3. Ornn is trying to keep Sion busy, so those can be grabbed. Trading with the brittle. Really good hitting that Q slow on Ornn, but Talia is hovering. Viego is also in the top side. Ornn definitely needs to be careful. Has some good escapability with his E. Definitely don't want to over. Much better farm job this game, I'd say. Out of Diadem in the bottom lane for Valpo. Rice Ball is probably on about the same pace for Manchester. There was a much bigger gap in the last game. Good R. I don't think much is going to come of it. Oh, maybe a solo kill? No, that shield that Sion gets is just going to save it, but he is going to ult, and I mean, the flash there. You hope you can get like around the corner of that wall, but not really much you can do. A big trade happening in the mid lane. Both players pretty weak. Talia ult maybe not as useful for an all-in as ult there, but they are going to find Thresh, who was wandering in the jungle alone, which is a bit of a bailout for Valpo to get a kill there. I mean, Thresh really was like all alone, no vision, trying to place vision, get some into the jungle, but I mean, placed vision that has now shown you where the enemy is. And I mean, wow, Super Bear does get another, needs to just get out. Yeah, I mean, Scion's there, unfortunately. There's going to be another kill from Diadem. Does get to flash out, but this hook is going to come in. The bubble does unfortunately miss. Not going to be able to avoid the slam out of Scion. And I mean, these plays are just great from Valpo, but they just don't seem to be able to get out in time for it to matter. Kimbo very low in the mid lane. Must have had a good fight going with Talia that we missed during all of that action. Trade back and forth. Did have to burn Flash. About half of Tier 1 is going to be taken by Manchester in the mid lane. And Horn, unfortunately, is getting ganked. That should just fall. Is probably trying to time waste, but I mean, not much that can happen elsewhere. Wukong is on vision, unfortunately. Talia will back up knowing this, because it looks like a dive is attempting to come. But only going to be so much you could do. Is going to take 2 tower shots from that. I mean, those Jhin roots have been great. Yeah. Flash was not up on Diadem, and I think this is probably just a double kill. I don't see how. Oh, Flash is still up, but root and ult, and now hook. I mean, Valpo has just been unable to avoid the Thresh hooks, and this game is getting a little out of hand at the moment. About a 4k gold lead, which isn't undoable for Valparaiso University. They're not playing T1, but it's going to be difficult. A little flash ult there to get one for Wukong. That's a great start. Horn needs to be careful. It's just going to get walked down by Scion there. Not enough damage to do anything. They do have Wukong on vision. That's what you're hearing, all of those pings. They do know he is invading at the moment. Not much they can do about it though. Viego is on that side. Doesn't appear there's any camps up. Just going to take that gate back. Look to farm his own camps. So, they have figured out Talia is missing. Unfortunately for them, it was just Talia backing. Thresh doing the same thing again. Is in a very dangerous position, especially with vision there. No one acted on it though. So, no harm, no foul. But the vision should alert them to any kind of movement from Viego unless he goes under. It looks like he's going to do possibly some kind of dive coming through the mid lane now. Viego is just going to, well, I say that, but Thresh continues to take damage walking into this tri-bush. So, not yet. Valpo, this is not great. That ult will not be able to save. I mean, this is just going to be a double kill, unfortunately. It's both way too extended, needed to get away. Let that ward go for the moment. There's just no backup in the area. You weren't fully confirmed on if anyone had backed yet. This is going to be tier 1 in the bot lane, I think. Possibly. Maybe not. Not yet, but getting close to it. The lanes have actually kind of swapped here, funny enough. Wukong does get in. Good ultimate for the time being. Allows a lot of damage to come out from Jakimbo, who is going to ult. See, yeah. It's not going to be able to do enough damage and be able to sustain. Scion TP comes in. Another Thresh hook. I mean, Valpo has just not been able to avoid these at all for some reason. That's
gonna be the Herald, I'd assume, to Manchester. This game is getting a little worse. It kind of feels like Valpo is trying to make up for lost ground, and it's not working very well at the moment. I think Valparaiso's best interest is to farm back into this game, probably. Hopefully one person overextends into the jungle, just feel like they're fed, but I mean, Jin's back to that 5-1 lead. I mean, it's literally just like a repeat of the last game. The only difference now is the rest of his team also have a pretty good lead on their lane. That was not the case in the last one. Ornn, however, doesn't really need much of a lead. Just kind of be a tank, knock people up, slow them down, get in the way. But all tier 1s remaining for Manchester. And 2 tier 1s gone for Valpo, which is just not good. Very hard to get into their jungle now. Very hard to get to the objectives. Not looking good at the moment. Viego is walking in. That cone, or that sweeper does not find him. They are going to just sit still, clear the ward, place another. That is something I think I've noticed Manchester's done a lot better job of, is getting vision across the map, clearing vision. I think Valpo has definitely struggled with keeping vision control around the map in comparison to how much vision that Manchester has, so we'll see what happens with that. 7k gold lead, this is when it's getting pretty rough. You know, Jin though and Viego have 300 and 200 gold shutdown respectively, so if either or both of those can be found out, that would be a huge help getting back into it. Sion has a 300 gold shutdown bonus at the moment, but I don't think it's going to be as easy to kill Sion. He could just kind of run away with his ultimate. So Manchester is going to start the Drake. Also are going to put the Herald down. Going to go through the bot lane. There's a fight happening in the top lane, or building up. Looks like they're just going to try to bully Sion away maybe, but that is giving the tier 2 in the bot lane for sure. Kimbo is there. They are looking to save it. Tower is saved for the time being. The knock-up off of Ornn. Another knock-up. Good W. But this Jin ult is just gonna hurt way too much, I think. Jakimbo though, great flash actually away. Does do some damage. I'm not sure if Wukong can clean this up. Should have ultimate. This actually might be Varus's way to get back into this game. They really need to shut down Viego and get this 350 gold. It does go on the Wukong. There you go. Or, I apologize, Viego didn't have the 350, it's Jin, but Manchester did not get into the correct slots at the beginning of the game to make it show up nicely on our map for the matchups. So, Valpo still down about 7k, 6k. Not much gained off of that. Still too big, 350 gold shutdowns, bounties out there, and that objective bonus right there. Got the tier 1 finally in one of the lanes. Bot lane is going to be a nice little boost. They really need to find this tier 1 in the mid lane and kind of get that even state, even though the bot lane is without tier 2. I think that's going to be key to helping them not have to worry so much about just farming the waves and pushing it back out. But as you can see here, Thresh is just kind of wandering into the jungle, like hoarding. It's not something you've really seen much of when it comes to Valpo in the Manchester jungle. There's just not been anyone getting in there that deep, getting those wards placed, which you've seen out of a lot of players, mainly Thresh, but some others too. For Manchester, that has been really beneficial. Super Bear might have just got cut out, is going to have the ult, but I mean, it's just not going to be enough to do anything. Jhin ult will come in, Kimbo may be dead. We'll use the stopwatch. The Nami R comes in to try and assist, but that might be it. At full clear, the Otacon is up. This lead is just massive at the moment. I mean, approaching 8k gold lead. After this Otacon, they will look to back, spin that gold. So, I mean, if a Jhin shutdown is kind of what needs to happen right now, and it needs to go on to Swain or Varus very badly. Because they are just not online at all, so there's no damage coming in. I mean, Wukong can get in there, Wukong can knock them up, do an initial little burst, but the damage dealers just aren't online at the moment for Valpo. Plus, you look at the top of the map, or at the top of the of your screen, you'll see Manchester has 3 Drakes. Valpo's 0, which is not good. There goes another tier 1 for Valpo, this time in the mid lane. Really need to stop this bleeding soon. If anything's going to come out of this, it's just really bad. Yeah, teamwork I think is there, but just there's no damage. Someone's just going pop, and then there's not enough sustain, not enough damage. TP is coming in from Swain. Sion is behind. I mean, they need to go now, but I mean, there comes the Sion ult from behind, right onto your damage dealer, and I mean, Swain's ultimate is going to sustain for a while. Not much here. It's all on Super Bear, who isn't even able to find the Talia, so another ace for Manchester, and 4th Drake. It's not looking good. They just haven't been able to shut down Jhin. 9-1, 700 gold bounty. It's been crucial. That was the fight to do it. They all got low, basically, except for Sion. There just wasn't anything. Giovanna on Nami got picked right away, which was very unfortunate for Valpo. The gold lead sitting at 11k now, which is huge. I mean, that's multiple items. I don't know if there's a way back into this one. 24 minutes. No objectives up at the moment, but not sure Valpo will even really be able to fight for them if one comes up. Good attempt here onto Viego. Talia does come in, but Wukong is just left alone, unfortunately. There was no teamwork really there. Fighting without Swain was probably not the best interest. Varus will go down, Nami soon to follow. Swain's still alive, but 1v5, not going to be much Swain can do. Just going to have to try and stall for as long as possible, but I mean, the gold lead grows even bigger to around 13,000. This is going to be Baron as well to Manchester, so the tier 2 in the top lane will fall into Scion. Maybe a solo kill here for Sway and on to Talia, but not sure it's enough at the moment. We'll get the shutdown gold at least, but really going to be a game of buying time for Valpo. Even if you look at the items that have been purchased and the amount, I mean, just a big difference. I mean, 29 kills to 9 kills, a 20 elimination lead is a lot, and I'm just gonna keep repeating it. I don't think the teamwork in this one was there to allow damage to come through for Valpo. Seemed a lot less coordinated than they did in game 1. There's a lot of teamwork back and forth. Also, the thresh hooks. I mean, just no one on Valpo seems to have been avoiding them for some reason, or able to. Which is going to be crucial because engaged supports are very good. So being able to avoid that is going to be huge if Valpo wants to get some wins in the GLEC. Here comes the R out of Nami. Is going to find 2, but like I said earlier, no damage. Huge knock up there out of Wukong, but I mean, the lead is so massive here that everyone's just going pop, and that should just be the game. Everyone is dead for Valpo, unfortunately. So we will see this week 1 game go, or week 1 match rather, go in favor of Manchester. We'll cut back here. Sadly, you know, not the result we were looking for. First game of the season. Went a little rough. Game 1 looked very promising, back and forth. Could have been either team's game, but something just wasn't right there in game 2. Not sure if it was the draft or what it was, but Valparaiso couldn't get online. Couldn't really do any damage, and I mean that lead once it took off, I mean, it just snowballed, and that's kind of how League is. It's, I mean, near impossible sometimes when the lead gets that big, 34 eliminations to 9 to get back into it. So, Valparaiso will start the GLE season 0-1. GG's to Manchester, as always. That's going to be it for me. I'm George. Thank you for sitting here with me, bearing with me through the crash in game 1 all the way through game 2, a little bit quicker than game 1. But we'll be back hopefully next week. Valpo Esports. Go get yourself some merch. Make sure you follow. Use your Twitch Prime. Yeah, that's it, really. Thank you all for sitting here, and we'll see you next week.